Hey Floss Tube, I'm Kathleen and this is Stitchuation Normal, episode 20. Welcome to my cross stitch channel. I said that kind of weird. It's a cross stitch channel and I am in Southern Ontario, Canada, and it is winter. It is February 22nd today, and I was here once this month, but I was supposed to be here last week and I kind of sneakily took a week off. What happened was we had February 14th was Valentine's Day, which was a Sunday. Anyways, the Monday was Family Day, which we celebrate here in Ontario, and we just kind of hung around. That's normally when I film, is Monday. We just kind of hung out here. I wish it was with the whole fam, but just us, which was still nice. And so I was like, okay, I'll film Tuesday. Well, then Tuesday was a snow day, and so I did not film that day. But the good news is, the boys were back at school on Wednesday, and it was nice to have them back at school. I'm hoping this week we'll have some consistency because starting midweek is not really fun, but they're back and I won't be complaining about it anymore. Maybe I will if they end up back home, but I'm happy. I thrive on consistency. I need the consistency, so they're back. And what else? Oh, we didn't really celebrate Valentine's Day. I decorated this shelf here for the boys, and like we had fun for them, but like my husband and I we're romantic in like unorthodox ways, or maybe untraditional ways. We do little things for each other, and that's our romance, I guess. I don't know. We're not like grand gesture people. When I think about it, I think about like the Hollywood definition of romance, like, you know, the movies, and then I think about like, well, they don't really show like someone having a mental breakdown and their partner just being there and not being like you're on your own, because like to me that's super romantic, and like also that's what my husband's like. So I'm like, that's our romantic story, is we just really love each other and it's not about gestures, although gestures are nice. So yeah, we didn't get each other anything, but we had fun. We had like an extra movie night for Valentine's Day with the boys and they loved it. And I don't know. We don't really have any like Family Day traditions because Family Day is a newer holiday here. I say newer, it could be 10 years. I don't even know because I feel like my face looks weird. Is the light hitting my face weird? Like I feel like I look like the Tin Man here. I have light coming in this window. It's been overcast all day, and now there's a bit of sun, but that's Ontario weather. We had snow. Okay, so here's a little snow information. It snowed, so we have to shovel our sidewalks, and then it started raining. So you wanna make sure you shovel your snow before it starts raining, otherwise your snow becomes very heavy and you will throw out your back, and you don't wanna throw out your back. Especially not shoveling snow. Or slipping on ice. Speaking of snow, I'm sending all my love down to Texas because you guys, oh my goodness. That's a kiss for you guys. Not that it would do anything, but I just want you to know I'm thinking about you, all you Texas stitchers out there, or people with family in Texas. What else? Nothing really, because there never is. I'm floating around in my stitching, just floating from one thing to the other. I didn't do a single thing this weekend. I literally laid in my bed and watched TV. I watched Felicity. My husband had never seen Remember the Titans before, and I was like, it's Black History Month, we can watch it. Oh, we can always watch it. I've watched it about 1,000,000 times. It was one of my favorite movies when it came out, but like when it's Black History Month, which we celebrate here in Ontario, we have only since 1995, but we do celebrate. And so anytime there's like a movie with any sort of history there, I'm like, oh, Black History Month, we can watch it. Or not weekend, we should watch it. So we did, and he loved it. And if you haven't watched it, definitely watch Remember the Titans. And since I'm giving out recommendations, I'm gonna go ahead and recommend also on Netflix, They've Gotta Have Us, which is about Black Hollywood, and it's just fascinating. So much history there that I did not know about, some that I did, but lots that I didn't. So definitely check that one out if you're looking for Black History Month recos. Also, I always will recommend The Butler, Lee Daniels' The Butler, because I love, it has so much history, and it's American history because it has to do with a butler that was in the White House. And I love the there's a social aspect to it that I love, which has to do with the butler character and his son, and how they don't see kind of eye to eye on what is equal. And I just love that social aspect because it's very real, and not just for race, but for many things, and it's an important social point, I think. Anyways, okay, those are my recommendations. Oh, book recommendations, The Black Friend. I read that this month, loved it, and it's by Frederick Joseph. So those are my recommendations because it's almost the end of Black History Month, which, as most of us know, or all of us know, is the end of February. So my stitching, like I said, I've kind of been floating around in my stitching. I have, what do we have? I usually start with Mom's Minute. I'm going to do comments first though, because what the heck? I almost skipped comments, which I don't really have that many. Okay, so we have, oh yeah, and I posted my Rit Dye video. Did I say that? This is my second time filming, so I don't know what I've said, and that's why I was like, I'm not going to be scattered this video because I'm scattered every video, and then I forgot to put my phone on Do Not Disturb, and someone called, and I was like, okay, I'm going to start over. So I don't know what I've said and what I haven't said, because I say a lot, as we know, but I'm not going to do Mom's Minute. I'm going to do another, like, local, support local, just because, again, the thrift stores aren't open, and I haven't bought that many. Actually, they did just open, but I didn't find anything that one time I went since they opened. So I'm going to share a Save the Stitches. It is the office fabric, and it is a bag. And inside there are bows, and you just zip it. Okay, so this, first of all, I don't know what I'm using this for yet, but I want to use it for something cross stitch related. So does anyone have any recommendations of what to keep in this bag? Both sides are just office fabric. That's my question for you guys. What should I keep in here? This is made by Malco. Well, the name is made by Malco, and they are local Niagara. I believe she's a teacher, and then she does, on the side, she makes things. I'm gonna link her Facebook only because she makes so many beautiful things, and you won't believe it. So I love The Office. My brother and my sister-in-law got me this for Christmas a few years ago because they know I'm an Office fanatic. I've been watching The Office since 2005 when it started, and like I was in high school then, and I didn't know anyone else that watched it. There was one boy at my school that watched it, so I would talk to him about The Office. But I have watched The Office since high school, and when the final episode aired, I watched it in this house with my husband, and I had a newborn baby at the time. So that's like a interesting span of time, I guess. I keep wanting to say a sensitive time. No, a sentimental time, I would say, for sure, and like an interesting. It took me through, like, from one point to another point in my life that I find very interesting. So, I love The Office. People that know me know I'm an Office freak. Yeah, you can call me an Office freak. I don't care. But so that's why this bag is so fun for me. I'm gonna show it up close again. So watching The Office the first time through, like as it aired week by week, Creed was my favorite character, and I have to say I hated Robert California, and I rewatch The Office every year, and now like I love Robert California, and I think Nate is one of my favorite characters who only comes around season 8, the last 2 seasons, and he doesn't have an ear problem or a listening sound problem. It's just that when there's too many noises, it all comes out as one jumble. That's Nate, and I think Nate is hilarious. Also, a lot of people think Andy Bernard's a bit of a turd. I mean, he kind of was at the end, but I really relate to a bit of Andy, not so much the wall punching aspect of him, but the like not knowing you're living in the good old days presently, like not living in the present, just remembering the past so much. I have struggled with living in the past and being like, oh, those are the good old days, and not realizing that like I'm also in the good old days, the future good old days, like the past. It's confusing. It's paradox. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Anyways, that's my love of The Office. This is my support local bag. I hope you guys are supporting local as best you can, and that's why I'm sharing that, but I will be back to Save the Stitches soon, I guess. Okay, so let's get into a couple comments from last week. I don't have much. I just have, okay, so I posted my Rit Dye video, my tutorial on how to dye fabrics. I'll show you my fabrics right now, actually, before I get into the next comment. So this is one that is in the tutorial, and you can see how to dye like this, because I showed you exactly how I did it. This is one that I re-dyed in the video, and this is the other piece. So I only did blues, but I think I might use this for, I have a mermaid mirabilia, so I'm thinking I might use one of the blues for that, or maybe this. I was trying to dye a piece for Quaker Snowflake by Liz Matthews, but haven't got there yet. I'm still testing and sampling, and that's the thing. You just kind of have to play around with it. So if you want to see someone that tried the tutorial, check out Mary Ashcraft on Instagram. She also has a floss tube, which I will link below, but check hers out because she just dyed, she did some different colors. She did red and green and blue, and they turned out amazing. So you can do it. Don't be scared. You can do it. Comments. Nikki's Noodles Stitching, she said that, because in my tutorial I said you just dump out the dye when you're done. She said you can just pop a lid on it if you're using like something that has a lid and save it, and you just have to really mix it well and heat it up again in a pot that you're never going to use again for food. So she also said if you don't like it, you can bleach the fabric, which I haven't tried before. So just a couple extra tips on fabric dyeing from Nikki's Noodles Stitching. Thanks, Nikki. And also, I was so surprised that many of you recognized the tardigrade, is that how you say it, sticker that I had on my floss box from my friend. It was that gross little water bear. Anyways, a lot of you recognized it, which surprised me. It was really funny. Thank you so much for all the love on my Rit Dye video. I appreciate it. And I was like, I don't know if anyone's gonna watch this, but there were a couple of people that wanted to know, so I may as well film it while I'm dyeing. Oh, I told my husband, I'm like, I have to make my dyeing video today. He's like, you're what? And I'm like, oh, my fabric dyeing. He's like, don't say it like that. Don't say you have to make your dyeing video. So, sorry. Thank you so much for watching my Rit Dye video. D-Y-E. D-I-Y-D-Y-E. Do it yourself. Okay. Okay, I gotta stop that. So, I did my Save the Stitches out of order because I said I was going to do my comments, but I didn't. I did that. And that's okay. I just wouldn't be me if I wasn't all over the place, would I? And so many of you leave me a comment, the same comment that says just be yourself. So I'm just being myself, except I'm still pretending a little bit that I'm normal, but I think some of you can see through that. Let's get to whips. Whip out my whips. I'm gonna drag this chair, sorry guys. If that's, okay, that wasn't that loud. Little Women. I am still working away on Little Women. It's by Michael Jolly. And I'm actually, when I pulled it out this week, it's kind of what got me out of my stitching rut where I was flipping from one thing to the next thing. And it's not that I wasn't finding joy in stitching, I was just having a hard time focusing, I want to say, or being present in my stitching, because I read something somewhere that we're all just kind of mentally hitting a wall. And it's just, we don't have this emotional strength or emotional energy to call our friends or just do the little things. The little things are hard right now. And I think it's because we're doing so much that we're not even aware of. We're feeling more tired emotionally. So when I pulled out Little Women, now I'll pull it out one more time. I felt good again once I got going on it. So this is what I got done. Which is, I think it's a lot. So I got like this. I did this part here, which I was kind of avoiding because I mentioned before, like this color is kind of close to this and it's not white. And so it made me feel like my hands were making the white floss dirty, even though that's insane. And yes, I'm proud of myself. So I have a lot of back stitching. I haven't done a single bit of back stitching, so I don't know if I should be doing it now or waiting till later. So I went onto the next page for this part, and this part is the next page, but this is all one page, and I still have like that much to go on that middle page, which is page 5 of 9. So this is our Little Women sal that a few of us are working on, and I did the middle start. So this is what the middle start looks like, but a lot of the other participants started with this, the vines and all that. So this is a full coverage page here, and this is a full coverage page here. and maybe this one and this one, but anyways, we'll see. I don't know, it's gonna take me a long time, but I am enjoying it, so while I'm enjoying it, I'm gonna stitch on it, and then if I get sick of it, then I can put it away, but I really like that one. Next one is, oh, and I'm sorry, this is stitched on 25 count Lugana. I'm stitching it 2/2. This is the way it goes. And it's with the called for DMC, and not many, but there's several that are, what do you call it when you use one strand of one color? Blended floss colors. So that's that one. Next we have Pixel People Goonies by Wee Little Stitches. They have lots of different Pixel People. If you check out their Etsy shop, which I will link below. And I did, if you remember, the Buffy one for my best friend. This one is for my husband. This is his favorite movie. And so I'm working on this for his birthday, which is in less than a week and a half. So I need to have it done by then, and I'm not done yet. But this is 14 count Aida that I tea-dyed myself to look like a treasure map for Goonies, of course. And I'm stitching it with the called for DMC. So I finished Our Guy Sloth. I still have to put in Steph's glasses. They're backstitch, but here it is. I've got, how many more people do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 3.5 people, and I have the wording to put in. And then I'm just gonna pop it in probably just a simple frame for him to have at his office if he ever goes back. He's working from home. He only goes into the office one day to check on everything, but for maybe home then he can look at this. But it is very fun to stitch. I'm glad I didn't rush it at Christmas time, because I was gonna try and rush and have this as a Christmas present, and I canceled that because I just wanted to be more present, like Christmas present. Okay, and so I didn't, but now I'm really enjoying it. Taking my time. But I can't really take my time now, so I am gonna try and rush. So that might take priority, that one. And next we have Soweth Sampler by Birds of a Feather. Maybe I'll put it closer so you can read. Whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. So if you'll remember on this one, I changed some colors because the called for DMC did not match the Weeks Dye Works, and the sample was stitched with Weeks Dye Works. So I've actually, it's all out now, and my new colors are in, and I'm loving how it's looking. So it doesn't, I mean, you can't see how much I did because part of it is I took something out and restitched it in the right color, so it's hard to see all the work I've done, but I'm getting there. I'm getting pretty close to finishing this. And this is the mystery linen that I was using as a backdrop in photos, like in Dum Dum. That was before I stitched though. And I'm stitching it 2/2. But I am loving stitching on this linen. So bring it in nice and close so you can see. And I'm very happy with how the colors are looking on here. I guess you can just watch me admiring this right now because that's what I was doing. Oops. And then my last work in progress is almost done. It is the Made to Create Cell by Caterpillar Cross Stitch. And I just need to finish this camera, and then there's one thing here, and then this part is complete. And the next part comes out in about 2 days. So, I mean, I want to have this done by then. So, and it won't take me long to finish this up. So I'll probably finish this first. This is on Even Weave, and it's with DMC. It comes in the kit, which I've shown my kit before. And look, oh, I just love the needle minder. It's a very good needle minder, this one. It says Made to Create on it. Oh, and while I'm just sitting here, someone asked about this. What is this picture here? That is, someone drew it, and it's the old police station where my husband's grandfather worked and retired. So that is what that building is, and that's why I have it in our house. It's a little bit of family history and also local history. So anyways, okay, so this is on the even weave. I think my guess as to what this is going to say, because it's a mystery cell, right? This is an E. I think it's create. I think it's gonna say create. And because I can't think of what else, maybe it's dream, maybe it says dream, but that wouldn't make sense as much as create. So I think it's create. And I'm excited to see how it finishes. So I'm probably gonna do this one first, then I'll work on Goonies and get those done because they need to get done. Okay, haul. I have a little bit of haul. Actually, I have a pretty normal amount of haul here, I would say. I have, okay, there's this new, I'm not ready to show you. I have to refer to my notes. So I have, and I've gotten rid of it. What is the shop name? There's this new shop on Etsy that I found. It's a Canadian one. And actually, yes, it's a Canadian shop in BC, and it is called AngelsNStitches. And they sell like maybe, I don't know, it's just a variety of charts. Like some are older, some are not. There's some old carriage house samplings ones, Cacti Barrick, and I don't know, there's a variety of different ones. So I got Blackbird Designs New Love, which I thought was so cute. I was like, oh, it's Valentine's Day. I don't normally like, but I was like, I really like this, so maybe I'll do this for next year for Valentine's Day. Isn't that cute? I like that. And I would do my initials and my husband's initials on there. And maybe the year we got married. I don't know. And then I got Summer Strawberries by Patricia Ann Designs. I just loved this. And I thought it was so summery and so fun. And there's like winter and autumn and spring as well. So this is the summer one, but like look at all these. Aren't they so cute? I don't know if you can see. Spring forget-me-nots and winter holly berries. Is that what it says? No, I made up berries. Winter holly and autumn acorns. There's something about that. So I ordered both of those from the shop. I think they were like $3 each because they were in like a clearance section. I don't know. Then I bought also off Etsy by Cacti Cross Stitch, also $3. And I'm obsessed with it. I don't actually know the name of it, but it says Primitive Woman Vintage Floral, and then there's like a whole bunch of other words just tossed in there. But I love the colors. I love that there's no face on it, but like we know that it's a beautiful woman and she doesn't need a face, she's so strong. I don't know. I'll just make up a story there about her. And then I did go to the thrift store like a few days after it opened. And there wasn't too much, but I got, this was 25 cents and it has like a little bit of rickrack on it, and I don't know. I thought maybe there's something I can do with this stuff for 25 cents. And this isn't really cross stitch related, but it was these Martha Stewart beverage labels, and it was 25 cents because it was 50% off. But like, look at them, they're like stickers and they're super glittery, and like I could put them on anything really, anything crafty. I am so close to starting to pull out my sewing machine and try sewing, because I haven't really sewn anything ever, but that's just totally out of nowhere me saying that, but like I am really close to doing that because I watched a few videos. I've got Elizabeth Ann Can Stitch making scrunchies and making bags and everything, and I'm like, okay, I want to do that and I want to try finishing. So I'm putting that on my want to do list in terms of stitching. I want to sew a finish, so maybe a pillow or something, I don't know, but that's something I want to try. Anyways, back to my haul. And then I got this kit for $1. Can you see it? It's these little elves, and it's got everything in it to make it. It's, I don't know why it has a date on it. So it says here $15, that's the sale price, and it has the date, April 6th, 1997. So this is older. But I just love it because you can put their names. So I'm gonna make one for each of my boys and put their names on it, I think. I might do one for me and my husband too, but I just think they're the cutest little ornament things. So hopefully I do it. That's my plan. I hope to. I've said it to you now. I have to do it, right? Okay. Then I have a little bit of Stitch Kindness. Well, it's a lot of Stitch Kindness to me anyway. Anna from StitchToolBox sent me this thread drops or floss keeps or whatever you want to call it. And there's like a bit of a nautical theme here. Like, can you see this? It's like a ship and there's like a little dolphin charm. And then the thread drops or floss keeps themselves are like, it's a map and there's like tons of water on it. And the front of it says this. Also, like, you can order these from Anna's shop, StitchToolBox, which I'm gonna link below. But the reason she sent these, she said there's like a little card and it says like, some motivation because we are going to be doing a sal together. She bought Riley Harbor, the Kathy Barrick design one. Just Kathy Barrick. I don't know why I said design. And we're gonna do a stitch along. So she's basically just waiting for me to get my buns in gear and choose my fabric, which consider it chosen, Anna. Let's pick our date and get it started because I am really excited to do it. It has a lot of little houses, which I thought, why did I choose this? Well, I don't really like stitching houses, but I just love that chart and I love the colors and I love the vibe. I've said before, it reminds me of Boston. And so I was like, okay. Well, and when I say Boston, I mean Massachusetts. I'm in Canada, okay? So Boston, Massachusetts, just when I say Boston, it's Massachusetts. But anyways, like, I'm not a total dum-dum. I just, like, that's in my brain, okay? I catalog that there. So anyways, we're going to do a stitch along and I'm really excited about it. So definitely check out Anna's shop because she sells all sorts of these things in her shop. And I've shared lots of her stuff before, but she's our Canadian shop in Montreal, so support local. And local is Canadian in my view, especially when we can't go anywhere. We can't literally support local as well as we can. That reminds me, I ordered fabric. I've ordered a whole bunch of stuff, guys, and it hasn't come yet, but I literally locally ordered fabric and they do delivery because I want fabric to finish my pieces and maybe make project bags. So I bought fabric. I'm excited to show it to you. It should be here by next video. So anyways, that's just a thought I wanted to tell you. Something else I was going to tell you. Oh, okay, speaking of stitch alongs, so my friend Merritt Crawford, who I've talked about lots of times on here, she wanted to do a sal with me, and we decided we were going to do a strawberry sal. So I'm going to be stitching Strawberry Fields Forever by Blackbird Designs, and she's going to be doing another Blackbird chart that has strawberries, and it's Agnes Platt. And I don't know, I thought of it because I thought, well, she's the one that was coming up with this idea, but I thought about since we talked about the strawberry sal, all I see is stuff with strawberries, and that's probably why I bought this one. It's because I'm like, more strawberries. Why do we love strawberries? I know Elizabeth Ann can stitch, it's just Liz, but I say the full-blown Floss Tube name for Liz. She loves strawberries. We love strawberries. So if you love strawberries, you should join in our sal. I think we're starting the first day of spring, Merritt said. So I'm excited. I'm so excited to connect with you guys. And I don't know, I feel like we're real friends, everyone, even though we haven't met, because this is a crazy time. Even our friends that we typically meet in person, we're not meeting them in person. It's all online. So these are real friendships. I don't care what anyone says. Not that anyone has said it's not a real friendship, but okay. Flosstubers. I want to thank Mary Ashcraft for giving me a shout out in her last video. If you haven't checked out Mary, check her out. She's so funny. She loves Grey's Anatomy. Her and I have bonded a lot over Grey's Anatomy. If you watch Grey's Anatomy, you'll know about the Dead Dads Club. And actually, Mary and I are both in that club, unfortunately. But we can laugh about that because everyone handles grief differently and we choose to laugh over cry. Though I do cry a lot. The reason that came up, if you're like, well, how do you even know you're both in the Dead Dad Club? That's so morbid and gross. Mary said that when she films her floss tube, she leans her phone against her dad's urn And that's how he supports her through her floss tube. But she needed something solid, and then it was like, well, he's here with me, and I love that. I love that when I haven't told you guys this, but when I made my first floss tube, I was so nervous, and I can tell when I see my face in my first video, I'm so nervous, but I was like, oh, I don't know, this is weird, just talking to myself. So I took my dad's funeral card, and I just put it beside the camera, and then I just talked to the camera as if I was talking to my dad, and I did that for the first few videos. So that's a little tidbit, a behind the scenes tidbit, if you will. So thank you for the shout out, Mary. And I also want to thank Morgan, HoneyBeeStitcher, for the shout out. In her most recent video, if you watch, she talks about Gilmore Girls, because there's a bunch of people doing the Gilmore Girls box. I don't know what it is. You know what it is though. If you know, you know. Anyhow, so she talks about Gilmore Girls, and I basically wrote her an essay on why A Year in the Life Gilmore Girls was good, because a lot of people did not like it, but I loved it, and I felt like I had to defend it, so I did. So she talks about that, although no one takes me seriously when it comes to Gilmore Girls, I bet, because in my Stitches interview with Becca, I said that I'm Team Christopher, and that kind of threw some people for a loop. It kind of angered some people. I'm using that all lightly because it's all in good fun, but thank you for the shout out, Morgan. Go check out Morgan. She's our Australian stitcher. She's one of them. Well, I say our. I'm like, we are all one. That is me being like our this, but there's lots of Australian stitchers, and I think that was everyone. Also want to shout you out. Thanks for watching. There'd be no videos if there was no one watching except for my mom. Hi, Mom. My mom does watch every week, and she does try to be the first to comment every week. Anyhow, I think that's, oh, there's one last little thing. I am working, so part of, I was gonna say it's why I haven't stitched that much. I did, I stitched a lot, that's not it. But I have been working on designing a little, so I'll show you a little sneak of what I'm designing. It's not like I'm designing it for anyone, because I don't think anyone would want to stitch it but me, but I'm gonna keep you in the loop through my designing journey of designing this piece. I have several pieces that I want to design, and I've kind of written them down, but I'm a horrible artist. I'm not good at like visual arts, drawing things down. My handwriting is like a doctor's, so I don't know how it's going to turn out, but I have a vision. I just don't know if I can get my vision on the computer. So I will keep you posted on that as well. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. I think that's everything I wanted to say, but probably when I stop filming, I'll remember a whole bunch more. But we've hit the 30-minute mark, and I tried to slow down a little. Someone said that they watch my videos, they have to hit the like slow down button, and they watch it on like a slower speed because I talk too fast. So I am so sorry about how fast I talk. Some people maybe speed me up because they want to be like, just get to it all, the stitching. Anyways, thanks so much for watching and hanging out with me and spending some time with me. I am doing well as we can do, and I hope that you are doing well right now, as well as you can be, whatever that looks like, even if it looks like you laying in bed watching Felicity all day, okay? Because I did that, and I was like, I'm not feeling guilty about this, and I need this, and I feel good. This is what I can manage right now. Maybe the house is falling apart a little, but I took a day, it felt good, and now I feel good about getting some stuff done around the house. So I hope that you guys are cutting yourself some slack, and just know that I love you guys, and thank you so much for supporting me and being there for me. And because you guys are being there for me. When I read your comments, it lifts me up, and when I watch your videos, it lifts me up, it keeps me company, and I really appreciate it all. So that is episode 20. You can follow me on Instagram at StitchuationNormal, and I post little behind the scenes and little silly things, and it's fun. Make sure you subscribe, click like on the video, click like on the Aida tutorial so that you have it saved in your video so you can refer back to it if you want to dye, or you want to make sure you don't forget. And when I say dye, I mean Rit Dye, of course, not D-Y-E, okay. Anyways, so you can follow me there, like, subscribe, and I will see you next time, I guess. And I'm saying I guess is because I screwed up my ending again, but keep stitching your story, and I will see you next time.